यणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि. Let us chant shloka 48. सहजं कर्म कौन्तेय सदोषमपि न त्यजेत् सर्वारम्भा हि दोषेण धूमेनाग्निरिवावृताः. The debate continues. According to Vaisesika, before the origin, the product is asat, karya is asat, non-existent. Origin is the phenomenon in which the karya, which is asat, associates with the karana and then associates with the satta, existence. That is Vaisesika's contention. Now Siddhanti said it is not possible because a non-existence cannot associate with anything. The association of a non-existent cannot be logically explained. It is not possible. This was Siddhanti's answer. Now Vaisesika is trying to defend his contention. He tries to clarify his own contention to the Siddhanti. We don't mean that, Vaisesika is trying to say. See, nanu naivam Vaiseshikaihi abhavasya sambandhah kalpyate dvyanukadinam hi dravyanam swakaranena samavaya lakshanah sambandhah satameva uchyate iti. Vaisesika tries to defend. Therefore he says, naivam, what you have understood, it is not so. The Vaisesika's contention is not what you have understood. Why? Vaiseshikaihi abhavasya sambandhah na kalpyate. Evam. Evam means as told by Siddhanti, as understood by Siddhanti, by the Vaisesikas, the sambandha of abhava, Sambandha of the absence is not accepted. When the Vaisesika says the Karana was absent before origin, then the Karana associates with the Karya. The Karya was absent before origin, then the Karya gets associated with the Karana. When this is said, what Vaiseshika means is not that the absent Karya associates with the Karana. That is what Purvapakshi is trying to say. Abhavasya sambandha na kalpyate. Vaisheshikas are not talking about the sambandha of abhava, sambandha of the karya which is absent. It is not so. Instead, dvyanukadinam hi dravyanam, dvyanukadi dravya, the substances like dvyanuka etc., which are the karya, effect, swakaranena, with their cause, satam eva dvyanukadinam dravyana. Satameva should connect with dvyanukadi dravya. The dvyanukadi dravya which exist, which are present, only their sambandha with their karana, swakaranena saha, paramanuna saha, paramanvadina saha, with the paramanu etc. Samavaya lakshana sambandha, and the sambandha is called samavaya sambandha. Uchyate, it is told by Naiyayikas. So Purvapakshi is trying to correct Siddhanti's understanding of his own contention. What we mean is not that the karana which is absent is associating with the karya which is absent is associating with the karana. Instead, we are talking about the karya which is there, which has existence, it associates with the karana. Therefore, Siddhanti's refutation is not correct, because Siddhanti has not understood Purvapakshi's contention itself properly. Therefore, his refutation is not correct. Then Siddhanti says, na sambandhat prak satvanabhyupagamat nahi vaisheshikaihi कुलालदंड चक्रादिव्यापारात् प्राक् घटादीनाम् अस्तित्वमिष्यते न च मृद एव घटाद्याकार प्राप्तिम् इच्छन्ति ततश्च असतः एव संबंधः पारिशेष्यात् इष्टः भवति. No, Siddhanti says it is not so. Don't think we have not understood your contention. Siddhanti has understood Purvapakshi's contention. Siddhanti says, Purvapakshi says, before the origin, the karya does not exist. If the karya does not exist before origin, then how can it come and associate with its karana? If the karya does not exist before origin, then how can it all of a sudden become sat and associate with the karya? Therefore, what he is trying to say now, it is logically not possible. Satameva sambandha, when he says, how it becomes a sat first of all? When it is asat before karya, before origin, how can it all of a sudden become sat? See, sambandhat prak, before sambandha, satvanabhyupagamat, Purvapakshi does not accept the sattva. Purvapakshi does not accept the existence of the karya before sambandha. Then how can he say satameva sambandha? Nahi vaisheshikaihi कुलालदण्डचक्रादि व्यापारात् प्राग्घटादीनाम् अस्तित्वमिष्यते. वैशेषिकैः, by the Vaisesikas, कुलालदण्डचक्रादि व्यापारात् प्राक्, before the function of kulala, potter, danda, stick, the stick used to rotate the potter's wheel, and chakra, the wheel, potter's wheel, adi, etc. Their vyapara, their function, before that, before the function of kulala, danda, chakra, etc., which are the nimitta karana. Kulala, danda, chakra are the nimitta karana for a pot. Before their vyapara, ghatadinam astitvam na ishyate. The Vaisesikas do not accept the existence of the pot, etc. Means the effect. न च मृदः एव घटाद्याकार प्राप्तिम इच्छन्ति. Also, unlike the Vedantis, the Vaisesikas do not accept that the clay itself becomes a pot. According to Vedanta or even Sankhya, Parinamavada, as well as even in Vivartavada, the cause itself becomes effect. The effect is not different from the cause, but it is not accepted by Arambhavada. According to Arambhavada, cause itself is not effect. Effect is different from the cause. Therefore, in order to defend himself, Vaisesika cannot say that clay itself becomes pot. Mridaha eva घटाद्याकार प्राप्तिम न इच्छन्ति. Vaiseshikaha na icchanti. The Vaisesikas do not accept that clay itself becomes ghatadi akara, takes ghatadi akara, takes the form of the pot, etc. It is not accepted by Vaisesikas. Vaiseshikaha na icchanti. Vaisesikas do not accept it. Tatascha, therefore, asatah eva sambandhah parisheshyadishtah bhavati. Therefore, the Vaisesika will have to accept that only asat karya associates with the karana as well as satta, because he cannot explain how the sat karya associates with the karana. He cannot explain. Therefore, whether he likes it or not, in his contention, he has to accept that asat alone associates with the karana. Tatascha, therefore, parisheshyat, by the method of elimination, by the law of elimination, means if you don't have any other choice, finally you have to accept the one choice that is available to you. It is called parisheshya. You may not like it, but if you don't have any other choice, finally you have to accept this only. Parisheshyat, by the law of elimination, since satah sambandha cannot be explained, therefore asatah eva sambandha ishtah bhavati. The Vaiseshika will have to say, Vaiseshika will have to accept that asat alone associates with the karana as well as the satta. Therefore, Vaiseshika cannot correct us regarding understanding of his own contention. Therefore, the objection we have raised holds good. The refutation presented by the Siddhanti holds good. Purvapakshi's defense is not valid. Let's continue. Nanu asatah api samavaya lakshanah sambandhah na viruddhah. Yeah. No, Purvapakshi says, somehow he tries to defend himself. Even the asat, even the non-existent, its samavaya sambandha is possible. Even if it is asat, it can have samavaya sambandha. Asatah api samavaya lakshanah sambandha. The sambandha in the form of samavaya, na viruddha, it is not contradictory, means it is possible, means even the non-existent can have samavaya sambandha. Purvapakshi is trying to say. Then Siddhanti says, na vandhyaputradinam adarshanaat घटादेरेव प्रागभावस्य स्वकारणसम्बन्धः भवति न वन्ध्यापुत्रादेः अभावस्य तुल्यत्वे अपि इति विशेषः अभावस्य वक्तव्यः एकस्य अभावः द्वयोः अभावः सर्वस्य अभावः प्रागभावः प्रध्वंसाभावः इतरेतराभावः अत्यन्ताभावः इति लक्षणतः न केनचित् विशेषः दर्शयितुं शक्यः असति च विशेषे घटस्य प्रागभावः एव कुलालादिभिः घटभावम् आपद्यते सम्बध्यते च भावेन कपालाख्येन स्वकारणेन सर्वव्यवहारयोग्यश्च भवति न तु घटस्यैव प्रध्वंसाभावः अभावत्वे सत्यपि इति प्रध्वंसाद्यभावानां न क्वचित् व्यवहारयोग्यत्वं प्रागभावस्यैव द्व्यणुकादिद्रव्याख्यस्य उत्पत्त्यादिव्यवहारार्हत्वम् उत्पत्त्यादि व्यवहारार्हत्वम् इत्येतत् असमञ्जसम् अभावत्वाविशेषात् अत्यन्तप्रध्वंसाभावयोः इव Siddhanti answers abhava cannot have samavaya sambandha. Absence cannot have samavaya sambandha because vandhyaputradinam adarshanat, it is not seen with respect to vandhyaputra etc. Yeah. Samavaya sambandha, I think I have explained before. See, Nayayikas talk about mainly two types of sambandha. One is called Sanyoga sambandha. Sanyoga sambandha means the surface contact. For example, Hasta Pustaka Sanyoga. Between hand and book, there is Sanyoga sambandha. Nayayikas define Sanyoga sambandha as an association, as a sambandha which is present in the same locus where it is also absent. For example, any surface contact between two objects cannot pervade either of the objects. When my hand touches the book, only a portion of the book is touched by my hand. Therefore, the Sanyoga Sambandha exists only in a portion of the book and only in a portion of the hand. Such a Sambandha is called Sanyoga Sambandha. In Sanyoga Sambandha, the two objects independently exist. Hand exists independent of the book, and book exists independent of the hand. But they are connected. Such Sambandha is called Sanyoga Sambandha. In Sanyoga Sambandha, two objects exist independently, and the Sanyoga Sambandha is not pervasive. It does not pervade any of the object. That is Sanyoga Sambandha. We can call it contact. Sanyoga Sambandha means contact. Whereas Samavaya Sambandha is inherence. Samavaya Sambandha is called inherence. In Samavaya Sambandha is pervasive, number one. Unlike Sanyoga Sambandha, Samavaya Sambandha is pervasive. It exists all over the dravya, the object. And number two, in Samavaya Sambandha, one cannot exist without the other. One does not exist independent of the other. For example, the relation between the cloth and its color. Cloth is a substance, a dravya. Color is a guna, an attribute. Between dravya and guna, between substance and attribute, the relation is called Samavaya Sambandha. Because the guna cannot exist without a dravya. The color cannot exist without a substance. And also the color pervades the substance. Therefore, it is called Samavaya Sambandha. It's not Sanyoga. Yeah. Yeah. One way. Yeah. One way. Yeah. For our simple understanding, it can be understood as one way. But yeah, we can take it as one way. In most of the cases, it is one way. Yeah. One way means, see, cloth can exist without color, whereas color cannot exist without cloth. So any one of the sambandhi does not exist independent of the other. Yeah. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ದು ಮೈಕ್ರೋಫೋನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಫ್. ಐ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Pot and clay also is samavaya sambandha. Pot exists in clay in samavaya sambandha. See, according to Nayayikas, I think I have told this before, but let me remind it. There are 5 pairs. Among 5 pairs, there is samavaya sambandha. Number 1, dravya and guna, substance and attribute. Between substance and attribute, there is samavaya sambandha. The attribute cannot exist independent of substance. Number two, there is samavaya sambandha between avayava and avayavi, part and whole, which can also be called as samavaya karana and karya. Avayava, avayavi. Okay, samavaya karana is even dravya guna, there is samavaya karanatva accepted. So avayava, avayavi, between avayava and avayavi, parts and whole, there also it is samavaya sambandha. And the third one, kriya and kriyavan, action and one who has action. Action and one who has action. Me and my activity. It is samavaya sambandha. Because action cannot exist independent of me. Number four, fourth pair, jati and vyakti. Individual and generality. Vyakti and jati. Individual and generality. Class. Jati. For example, Gauhu is a vyakti. Cow. Gauhu has a jati, gotva jati. Cowness. The cowness cannot exist without cow. And the cowness pervades the cow. So jati and vyakti. These four pairs, we have done four. Number one, dravya guna. Number two, avayava, avayavi. Number three, what? Kriya, kriyavan. Number four, jati, vyakti. Number five is very technical. Only Vaisesika will speak about this. Vishesha and Nitya Dravya. Vishesha and Nitya Dravya. I am not explaining this. We have to study Naiyayika's philosophy, then only I will explain. So, five pairs. Among these five pairs, there is Samavaya Sambandha. So, according to Vaisesika, Vaisesika is trying to defend his view that even asat, even a non-existent, can have samavaya sambandha. Then Siddhanti says, no, it is not possible because Vandhyaputrarinam adarshanat. It is not seen with respect to Vandhyaputra, etc. Son of a barren woman, etc. Samavaya sambandha is not seen. Anything which is abhava, asat, associating somewhere in samavaya sambandha, through samavaya sambandha, is not seen anywhere. Therefore, there is no pramana to say that even the non-existent can have samavaya sambandha. No, Vaiseshika may try to defend his view further by saying some abhava can have samavaya sambandha, whereas some other types of abhava cannot have samavaya sambandha. Yeah. That is why you don't see the samavaya sambandha of Vandhyaputra, etc. Then Siddhanti foresees Vaisesika's mind, what he is going to say in defense. And Siddhanti himself says, this is what you will say now. See, घटादेरेव प्रागभावस्य स्वकारणसम्बन्धः भवति. घटादेः प्रागभावस्य एव. The pragabhava. See, according to Vaisesika, there are four types of abhava. Pragabhava, pradvamsabhava, atyantabhava, and anyonyabhava. He accepts four types of abhava. Pragabhava means prior non-existence. The non-existence of an object before its origin is called pragabhava. And the absence after the destruction of an object is called pradvamsabhava. The third abhava is anyonyabhava. Anyonyabhava means mutual non-existence, mutual absence, meaning one is not the other. Ghataha patona, pot is not a cloth. When we say pot is not a cloth, there is a mutual absence of pot in cloth or cloth in pot. Anyonyabhava is nothing but bheda, difference. According to Naiyayika, bheda itself is called anyonyabhava. And fourth one is atyantabhava, absolute non-existence. Any other type of non-existence is called absolute non-existence. Like bhutale ghato nasti, there is no pot on the ground. It is atyantabhava. So according to Vaisesika, घटादेः प्रागभावस्य स्वकारणसम्बन्धः भवति. The, see, according to him, according to Vaisesika, there is clay. Before the pot is made, there is clay. In the clay, there is pragabhava of the pot. Ghata pragabhava exists in the pot, in the clay, before the production of the pot. That is what he is saying. Ghatadereva pragabhavasya. See, before the pot is made, what was there in the clay? Ghata pragabhava. Only if Ghata pragabhava is there, Ghata can be made in the clay. That is Vaisesika's understanding. Whereas he cannot accept the Pragabhava of Vandhyaputra. There is no Pragabhava of Vandhyaputra in clay. If he accepts Pragabhava of Vandhyaputra in clay, in that case, from the clay he can make Vandhyaputra, barren mother, barren mother's woman. It is not possible. Therefore, the clay is associated with one type of Pragabhava, that is Ghata Pragabhava. Vaiseshika accepts so. See, Ghatadereva Pragabhavasya स्वकारणसम्बन्धः भवति घटादीनां प्रागभावस्य स्वकारणेन सह घटादीनां कारणेन सह सम्बन्धः भवति न वन्ध्यापुत्रादेः Vandhyaputra cannot have sambandha with the pot, with the clay. That means the clay is associated with a particular type of abhava. Clay is associated with a particular type of absence. See, Ghatapragabhava is one type of absence. Vandhyaputra is another type of absence. Another type of asat, non-existence. So, Vaiseshika says, Ghatapragabhava is one type of absence. It is there in clay. Whereas Vandhyaputra is not there in clay. In this manner, Vaiseshika accepts differences in abhava. He accepts various types of abhava. Now Siddhanti says, you cannot say there are different types of abhava. Even the idea that there are different types of abhava are illogical, because abhava cannot be qualified. Only a bhava can be qualified. Abhave visheshananupapattihi. There cannot be a visheshana for abhava. You cannot talk about the color of Vandhyaputra. What color is Vandhyaputra? What height is Vandhyaputra? Abhava cannot have visheshanas. But if the Purvapakshi has to establish his point, he will have to accept different types of abhava. That is what Siddhanti says. If you have to establish your point, you will have to accept different types of abhava. See, Ghatadereva Pragabhavasya Swakarana Sambandho Bhavati Na Vandhyaputradehe Abhavasya Tulyatve Api. Even though the Abhavatva is same, Ghatabhava is also Abhava, Vandhyaputra is also Abhava, but in the clay there is Ghatapragabhava only. There is no Vandhyaputra in the clay. This is accepted by Purvapakshi. Iti, in this manner, Abhavasya Visheshaha Vaktavyaha. The Purvapakshi has to say Abhavasya Visheshaha. He has to accept the distinction of Abhava, the specification of Abhava, in order to justify his contention. Ekasya Abhavaha. See, he is Siddhanti is quoting the Purvapakshi According to Purvapakshi, it is like this. What? Ekasya abhavaha, absence of one. Dvayoho abhavaha, absence of two. Sarvasya abhavaha, absence of everything. Pragabhavaha, prior non-existence. Pradvamsabhavaha, posterior non-existence. Itaretara or anyonya bhavaha. Itaretara bhavaha and anyonya bhavaha are same. Atyanta bhavaha iti. In this manner, lakshanatah, as far as the nature of the abhava is concerned, na kenachid visheshaha darshayitum shakyah. Nobody can show any vishesha, any qualification in the abhava in its own nature. Nobody can show any vishesha, any distinction in terms of the lakshana, in terms of the nature of abhava. Lakshanatah means in terms of the nature of the abhava, kenachit, by anybody, abhavasya visheshaha darshayitum na shakyah. Nobody can show the distinction in the abhava, the variety in the abhava, on account of any qualification. Asati cha visheshe, when there is no distinction in the abhava, ghatasya pragabhavaha eva, in that case, Purvapakshi cannot say ghatasya pragabhavaha eva. In the clay, there is the pragabhava of pot only. Purvapakshi cannot say this because abhava does not have any vishesha. Abhava cannot have a qualification. Therefore, you cannot specify an abhava. Therefore, ghatasya pragabhavaha eva. Only ghatasya pragabhava is there in the clay. Kulaladibihi ghatabhavam apadyate. And the pragabhava of the ghata, the prior absence of the pot, is converted into pot by kulala etc. Kulaladibihi, by potter etc. Ghatabhavam apadyate. It becomes the presence of ghata. The pragabhava of the ghata becomes the presence of ghata on account of the work of kulala etc. And then sambadhyate cha bhavena kapalakhyena swakaranena. And once it becomes a bhava, once it becomes present, then it associates with its cause. So bhavena, bhava means presence and existent. Kapalakhyena, it is called kapala. The cause of pot is called kapala. Kapala means a lobe of the pot. A part of the pot is called kapala. A piece of the pot. Kapalakhyena swakaranena sambadhyate cha. It associates with its cause, which is the kapala. And then sarva vyavahara yogyascha bhavati. And then it becomes capable of all vyavahara, all transaction, like bringing water, etc. Natu ghatasya eva pradvamsa bhavaha. Unlike the pragabhava of the pot, even the pradvamsa bhava of the same pot, ghatasya eva, of the same pot, pradvamsa bhava, the pradvamsa bhava, abhavatve satyapi, even though it has abhavatva. See, just like pragabhava, even pradvamsa bhava is an abhava. But the pragabhava becomes a pot, whereas pradvamsa bhava cannot become pot. Pragabhava becomes a pragabhava becomes transformed into pot, ghata bhava, whereas pradvamsa bhava cannot produce the pot, even though both are equally abhava, abhavatve satyapi. Pradvamsadyabhavanam na kvachit vyavaharayogyatvam. Pradvamsabhava etc. Their vyavaharayogyatva is not accepted. Pradvamsadi abhavanam. Pradvamsa etc. means pradvamsa bhava, anyonya bhava and atyanta bhava. The three abhavas other than pragabhava, their vyavahara yogyatva is not there anywhere. It is not accepted by Vaisesika. He accepts the vyavahara yogyatva of pragabhava only. Pragabhavasya eva, only pragabhava, dvyanukadi dravyakhyasya utpatyadi vyavahararhatvam. The pragabhava alone becomes capable of the vyavahara, the transaction, like utpatti etc., origin etc., of dvyanukadi dravya, various dravyas, various objects, various substances, like dvyanuka etc., are produced from the pragabhava only. Ityetat asamanjasam. Siddhanti says this contention is asamanjasam. This is improper, illogical, absurd, because abhavatva visheshat, pragabhava is also abhava only. Abhavatva avisheshat. The abhavatva of pragabhava is same as the other three abhavas, not different from the other three abhavas. Atyanta pradvamsa bhavayoriva, just like atyanta bhava and pradvamsa bhava, even pragabhava is an abhava. Therefore, you cannot say that pragabhava is capable of producing the pot, etc. Therefore, the idea that pragabhava of the pot associates with the karana and becomes bhava, etc., cannot be accepted. Then Purva Pakshi says, Nanu naiva asmabhihi pragabhavasya bhavapattihi uchyate. Yeah, Purva Pakshi again thinks that Siddhanti has not understood his contention. Therefore, he says, Nanu naiva asmabhihi pragabhavasya bhavapattiruchyate. We don't talk about the bhavapatti coming into presence of the pragabhava. Pragabhava transforms into bhava prior non-existence transforms into existence, we are not saying this. This is Purva Paksha. Then Siddhanti says, Bhavasya eva hi tarhi bhavapattihi yatha ghatasya ghatapattihi patasya va patapattihi etadapi abhavasya bhavapattivadeva pramana viruddham. Yeah. Siddhanti says, if you are not accepting pragabhava becomes a bhava, then what becomes a bhava? Siddhanti is asking. Does bhava itself become bhava? Does an existing object itself become existing? Tarihi, in that case, means if you are not accepting the bhavapatti of pragabhava, in that case, bhavasya eva bhavapattihi, you are accepting that an existing object itself attains existence. Because according to him, during origin, something gets existence, something becomes existent. And we said abhava cannot get existence. Then what is getting existence during origin? He has to answer this question. If abhava cannot get existence, then finally he will have to accept bhava gets existence. Even this contention is fallacious, because what already exists cannot get existence anew. Yatha ghatasya ghatapattihi. It is like saying a pot becomes a pot, or patasya va patapattihi. A clay becomes a clay. Sorry, cloth becomes cloth. Etadapi, even this contention, abhavasya bhavapattivadeva pramana viruddham. Even this is pramana viruddha. Just like saying abhavasya bhavapatti. Just like saying non-existent becomes existent. It is equally pramana viruddha to say bhava becomes a bhava. Existence becomes existence. Existence gains existence. It is also pramana viruddha. Therefore, Vaisesika mata is logically incorrect. Already, how it is against Shastra has been told. Now the Siddhanti showed how it is logically fallacious. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.